What's up, y'all? Welcome to Gamers Got Game. I'm your boy Dre. And man, okay. This video I feel like is a long time coming. I played Far Cry 6. I've played every Far Cry since Far Cry 3. I didn't play 1 and 2 personally. I seen friends play it. I think Far Cry 2, if I'm not mistaken, was on the PS3. And I think Far Cry 3 might have been too, right? But Far Cry 2, I think, was the game that really made me want to get a next-gen console when I was playing the PS2, right? Like, that was that one. That and GTA 4, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, you go ahead and feel free to call me a dumbass and correct me in the comment section, because that's okay. I get it. Yo, listen. I didn't buy Far Cry 6, okay? I game flighted it. I had... This is tricky with Far Cry, right? Because I had a blast playing Far Cry at moments, right? There were moments of Far Cry 6, and Far Cry 6. I had moments where it was a blast, but I had too many moments where I was like, man, this just feels like another fucking Far Cry. And I think if you get a Far Cry every 4 years, 3 years, it's not the worst, maybe 4 years. But like, I think when you get one every year or every 2 years, I think there becomes you get to this point where you almost start to take them for granted, right? And again, Assassin's Creed has this thing too, but Assassin's Creed actually made a big change to their games when it came to like Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They made enough of the changes in that game where it at least made the shit feel fresh, right? Like, there's definitely parts where you play those games and you're like, oh, it's just more of that. But to me, that's okay, because I don't expect Far Cry to deviate completely away from what they do and what they do well. But I don't know, what is it, just me? Or after playing Far Cry after Far Cry after Far Cry after Far Cry, there's just a point to where you're like, yo, I need something more. I need something different. And I don't know what it is about Far Cry. It just, like, for example, the map, the landscape was fucking amazing. It was beautiful. But when I'm flying over this terrain, even if it's undiscovered by me, even if it's like on the map, it's darked out and I haven't explored it yet, I have a hard time believing that there's going to be something in that cave. I have a hard time believing there's going to be something in that forest that strikes my curiosity or my interest. Like when you're playing Fallout or when you're playing a Skyrim, there's something about those games that, like, when there's a bunker, right? Or where there's a cave, or when you hear someone saying there's a light at the top of the hill, but I've always seen people go up there, but no one ever comes back, and you hear that and you're like, ooh, what the fuck is that? Where is that? And you're traveling and you see the light at the top, and then you're like, oh my god. Then you go up there and there's a fucking warlock or something that's chopping bodies up, and he's casting spells on people and bringing them in, or there's a bunker and, or there's a house and there's cannibals that live in the house, but they invite you in, they ask you to come sit down, and you got to kind of piece it together on what's going on. These are the fucking things I'm talking about. I would love for Far Cry to throw those type of elements in there. You know what I'm saying though? Like, instead of just fucking everything just chaos, oh, you're rolling up on those guys. They're going to shoot, you're going to shoot, and you're going to blow them up. Bam, bam, bam. Those moments are amazing. They're fun. They're a blast. But that doesn't make me curious about going off and venturing into the woods. It doesn't make me curious about going off and venturing into that next cave or exploring this or exploring that. Like, they try to make it interesting by giving you some backstory, but like, that's the thing. When you explore a camp or a cave in Far Cry 6, say, right? And you're going through and you're reading all these things, at the end of that cave, there might be a wolf, there might be a bear, There might be some traps, but there's not going to be something, like, there's not going to be a serial killer in there, right? There's not going to be some crazy guy with a fucking axe and you have to fucking battle him in the end, right? Like, you know, and if there are those things, they're very, very scripted and far and few between. And I guess my point to this video is, man, is like, if I'm going to be excited about the next Far Cry, I need something fucking more. You know, Far Cry 5 I thought was cool because not just the cult aspect of it, but just like how there was that area where if you went over there were the guys that were on the drugs and the gas, and they were fucking tripping out and eating their fucking, peeling their skin, and like they would come at you. At least it was something different, right? Like, at least like when you were hearing about people losing their minds over the gas, you were intrigued to go over there and see what was going on. Like, what's up with this land, right? But again, I don't think there was enough of that going on. And I think that's why, for me, Far Cry 5 was more interesting than Far Cry 6. Because I have this big-ass terrain, all this land, but I can't get the feeling out of my head that it's just more of the fucking same. It's just, you know, I'm going to go down there. There might be a little bit of wildlife. And that's another thing. Where the fuck did all the wildlife go in Far Cry 6? Where the fuck did all the wildlife? What happened to me fishing and fucking honey badgers attacking me and shit, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? What happened to gators coming out of the water? Bro, they are getting lazier and lazier with the amount of real content they put in there. And they start just plastering all this mindless shit in the game. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I went and did something, and then part of me felt obligated to go there's a encounter over here, right? Like a random encounter. I'm obligated to go over there. I feel obligated to go over there and check it out. But then the other part of me is like, it's just going to be the same fucking encounter that I experienced, 5 minutes back. And the reason why there can be so many random encounters is because they're made, because it didn't take a fucking, any type of creative genius to put these encounters together. It felt like it was the same shit, the same character models that you went up to. Like, you go up and get a map, right? Like, say you went up and got a map of like some secret stash or whatever, right? Or like some data. It was the same two fucking character models giving you the new data at every single base. And it's like, you can't even change the look and the feel and give them some type of, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it feels like there's a lot to the game. But then once you start unraveling it, you realize there's no fucking substance to any of it. You realize that when you go on this side of the map and you talk to him and he tells you some intel, you go all the way over here and you're like, oh, well, there's a guy over here giving some intel. They're the same character. They look the same, they act the same, and they give you the same intel, just in different locations. And you start to realize, if there's no substance to these side quests or these random encounters, why do I keep doing them? I do them in hopes that, okay, so she gave me this stash spot, location, right? I'm hoping maybe I go over there and, I don't know, something new, right? Like maybe there's a different group of people and they're like, hey man, I'll tell you what, if you help us get the shit, then we'll give you half of it. But then when you help them, if you choose to help them, and then in the end they turn on you, that would be cool. At least it's something. Nothing, bro. It's the same fucking shit. And it feels like there's so much going on in this game, but there's not. It's just the same cut and paste shit all over the goddamn map. And that's why, as beautiful as the map was, as big as the fucking map was, I wasn't interested, or I wasn't curious about any of it. Because once I got to a certain point in the game, I knew what every area of the fucking map was going to be about. You know what I'm saying, though? I don't know, man. It's crazy, and I'm trying to explain this the best way I can possible. But I'm just frustrated with the fact that, you give us these cool stories, I admit. You give us these cool stories. You give us, there's a lot going on within, the campaign and the story part, man. But just like I feel about the last Far Cry and the Far Cry before that and the Far Cry before that, there's people in the world, and they have no substance to them. Hi, how you doing? What's up, man? No story, no, you know, and then if they give you a side quest, you know, it's kind of just a bogus ass side quest that's not interesting, that's not intriguing. And, you know, and I start asking myself, why am I still, I beat the story, so why or like, I'm so close to beating the story, or like, why don't I just get back to the story, because it's the only interesting thing happening on this fucking island. I don't know, man. I love the Far Cry franchise, I really do. I love everything about how it's just free, it's a free open world, and there's just all this terrain to go explore, and you can jump in water, and da-da-da-da. Can I get like a squid? Like a giant squid that you have to go hunt? Can I get like a megalodon shark that's down there in the pits and you gotta go hunt? Can I get like a fucking weird creature in the fucking mountains that goes and explores, and if you see him, it's not good news? Can I get some zombies? I don't know. I need something more, y'all. Jesus Christ. We're gonna get another Far Cry. The question is will they do something that actually excites the people? I kind of doubt it, but I hope. Anyway, y'all, that's my time. And until next time, peace out.